Welcome back to The Real Story. The Patriot Act, enacted after 9/11, gives law enforcement and intelligence officials the authority to intercept and obstruct potential plots against the United States. But as it turns out, FBI agents say they can't point to any terrorism cases that have been thwarted because of it. The Justice Department's Inspector General says between 2004 and 2009, the FBI tripled the amount bulk data collected from Americans, but no major developments in any cases resulted from any of it. It did say material gathered was valuable in developing other leads or corroborating information. So there are calls now for continued and significant oversight of bulk data collection. Stephen Dinan is a staff writer for the Washington Times, and he's my guest today. All right, so this is a huge topic. We saw Senator Rand Paul go on for more than 10 hours the other day. He doesn't agree with what the NSA is doing, and he doesn't want to support the Patriot Act. And now we have this, IG report that says they haven't really cracked any major cases. So what are we to make of it?
Well, so look, you have a program that, if you believe both sides in this, you have a program that's never been shown to have any intentional abuses, so no problems from that side. But you also have a program that, as the IG said, no FBI agent was able to point to a single case that was cracked because of this. They say it helps them in putting together an overall picture. The information helps them corroborate other things, but it did not lead to any cases being cracked. So you have a program that may not be abused, but it also doesn't appear terribly effective, which is why we have such an intense debate on Capitol Hill over, well, it's not doing very much, but it's also not doing very much bad. Why don't we keep it? Why don't we get rid of it? And that's exactly why you have such a fierce debate on Capitol Hill.
Well, it's so interesting that this report comes out right now as we're going through this major debate. I'm sure, Senator Rand Paul and Senator Ted Cruz are like, yeah, well, we told you so. But yet there are other people like Congressman Pete King and others who say we got to have this thing. And if we let it go, if we let it slide, our country is in danger.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly the debate that's going on right now. Look, Senator Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate, took to the floor this morning and did two interesting things. He, first of all, basically threw President Obama's words back at him, saying, Mr. Obama, just last year you were saying that this program is successful and incredibly necessary, and now you're looking to get rid of it. What gives? And he also said, we're not ready for a transition yet. There's a move afoot to at least give us an extra transition period so that the NSA can move to private holdings of the phone data, so to speak. And the big question is, will that succeed? Will we have this transition period so that the NSA can set up a new program? McConnell says if we end the program right now, as this House bill calls for, we're not ready for that next step. And that's the major debate, is how much transition time do you give? Can the administration get up and ready for a world in which the data isn't held by the government, but is instead held by those private phone companies?
Wow, it's very complicated. All right, so in a very short way, if you can, what's going to happen? Are they going to pass this?
It's a really good question. They're in the middle of discussing that right now. They will pass something, I suspect. I doubt they let all of the powers expire, because there's some other powers in addition to bulk collection that would expire that everybody agrees they should keep. But whether they pass the House bill or whether they pass some transition bill, we'll have to wait and see. And it looks like we may go into the weekend on that.
Ah, very interesting. Politicians working on a holiday weekend. Okay. Stephen Dinan, thanks much.